All right, welcome back to the channel. I was driving my 300 SD here the other day, and I'm here to tell you I don't really know exactly what happened, but I went over uh, a bridge, and at the end of the bridge, I hit a little bit of a bump. Uh, Going back onto the actual highway, and this thing straight up started doing a death wobble. If you don't know what a death wobble is, it's where something happens in the front of the vehicle and your steering wheel up there just starts shaking back and forth. And I really don't know exactly what caused it, so I'm going to get in here today and jack up the front end and do a little bit of inspection work to see if maybe some wheel weights fell off, or just maybe there's something else going wrong with it. But I hope you guys enjoy this video, and thanks for everybody for subscribing, and we'll get after it. All right, now that I got the wheel pulled off of there, one of the first things you want to check is here inside the wheel. On these wheels here, they're just balanced on the inside, and you can see right there, that's the wheel weight. That's what basically balances the wheel and tire assembly. And if you don't have a weight on the inside of there, then that could honestly be your problem. And now just kind of looking around, all of the suspension components, checking them out. This upper ball joint, that boot on it doesn't look the greatest, but I'm here to tell you everything underneath the front end of this car is still in pretty good shape. It's not loose or anything like that. But now what I'm going to do, I'm going to jack up the rear end of the car, and we're just going to swap the front for the back and possibly see if that changes anything. So I'll go ahead and get that rear jacked up, and we'll swap those tires. All right, now I got the other side put down, but we're just going to go ahead and do the same process over here on this side, not crossing them from side to side or anything like that. I'm just going from the front to the back and the back to the front. So I'll get after that, and we'll see what happens. All right, now that we got the car back down and out of the shop, I figure I'll just take it out here and go for a little test drive and see, if it does anything bad. And I know that camera's probably just a little shaky. Well, that's probably got to do with the brick road that I'm driving on right now. But it'll get better. Been noticing that my vibration starts coming in at around 55 to about 60 mile an hour, and we'll see what happens once I get up to speed. and I'm still feeling a little bit of vibration in it. All right, after taking it out for a little bit of a test drive, I still noticed that I had some vibration still in it, and I think I've pretty well narrowed it down to this outer tie rod end out here, because there's not much movement in it, but I think that's what's causing my vibration. But there's another thing in here that also kind of makes me wonder, and this right here, this is your track rod that comes back from the front suspension, and this is where it mounts up into. But right here at the bottom of this assembly, there's a little bit of a gap in here and down here on this bottom washer, for lack of better words. And I don't know if that might be a little loose, because it does look just a little different than the other side. So I'll jack the car up and I might see if this here is loose. But this little tab right here, this is what holds the nut onto the end of the bolt that goes up and down through here. So I'm going to jack the car up and see if that might be loose, or, you know, possibly if that might also be the problem. All right, I got it jacked up and got my ratchet and everything else brought out, and got up in here and checked the bolts back here on this track arm mount, and everything seems to be tight. You know, I don't really know if that's just kind of how it is, you know, up there where that mount attaches onto the body, but everything seems to be tight. So my thoughts are that it's got to be that tie rod right there, and you really can't see it in the video, but it is a little loose. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to end up going ahead and ordering that tie rod and getting it replaced. But at some point I am going to come in here, and you know, everything else is pretty tight, not loose or anything at all. But I want to get in here and get everything replaced, just because, you know, it is 40 years old and it probably will fail at some point. But at that, I think I'm going to call it for this video, and I just want to thank all of my new subscribers for subscribing, and basically everybody else that watches my videos. So until you know, my next video, have a good one, and I'll see you next time.